All right, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Blue Lounge. We have got some news, some I would say positive news in regards to the transfer window. It hasn't been so great. It hasn't been the transfer window we were hoping for, but there is a signing that I'm quite happy about, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Before we do me a favor and smash the like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you do subscribe, turn that bell notification button on. And also down below, give me your comments, give me your feedback in regards to everything we discuss in today's video. Your comments are much appreciated. All right, let's dive in. So this is the tweet from Ben Jacobs, and he says Chelsea are set to sign Marc Guéhi from Barcelona after verbally agreeing terms on a 6-year contract. Expectation is Chelsea will now trigger the €6 million release clause this week, which is seen as excellent value. We also have Fabrizio Romano on this, and he said, Marc Guéhi to Chelsea, here we go. The club has just informed Barca on a plan to trigger €6 million release clause for 2006 born striker. Verbal agreement in place with Guéhi's agent, now proceeding with formal steps later this week. Guéhi expected to sign a long-term deal at Chelsea Football Club. Now, is this a good deal? Well, I think it is. A player. Okay, so Chelsea are looking for kids, right? Chelsea are signing toddlers. This kid, in my opinion, is a good deal. We've been signing players for 19, 20, 25 million pounds. Okay, we are signing players who are relatively inexperienced, unproven, coming in potentially to go to Strasbourg, to go on loan for a season or two before they actually are given a chance in the first team. Players that cost considerably a lot of money. Yes, their contracts are going to be quite low, but they do cost quite a lot of money. £20 million is a lot of money. £25 million is a lot of money, and that is what we've been paying recently. So for this guy, a Barcelona academy graduate, a player who was looking like, coming into their first team, a player who a lot of the Barcelona fans consider to be a good prospect, and a lot of the Barcelona fans were not really happy to see him leave. A player of this caliber, for this kind of transfer, for this kind of money, I'm not against it. I'm not against us signing this player. I don't think he is in a position to be the answer to our striker issue. I don't think he is there yet. I think he's a good backup. I think he is someone we can, develop, utilize in the first team as a backup. I don't think he will be the player challenging for that, striker role, the consistent striker that we'll be utilizing. But having him in the team, I'm not against it. And also there's contradicting and conflicting reports in regards to his contract and how much we'll be paying him. But it doesn't look like we're going to be paying him all that much. It looks like his salary will be a very reasonable salary for a player of his age, of his potential. So I don't have any problems with this particular youngster coming into Chelsea Football Club. Now, do I have a problem with the other youngsters? Again, no. I don't think we have signed any youngsters who are not worthy, but I do think we have signed too many of them. Yeah, I think we have signed too many youngsters and kind of hindered ourselves in regards to how many players we have on our books and where that money could have been spent. So from that aspect, I have an issue. But for this particular transfer, I'm happy to see Marc Guéhi come to Chelsea Football Club, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for the club next season. So that is one story. I've got a couple more stories. Jonathan Davids, I'm going to talk about him in a second. Before I talk about Jonathan Davids, I want to talk about Romelu Lukaku because we have got some information today. So let's have a look. So this is the tweet from Ben Jacobs regarding Romelu Lukaku, and this was reported by Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, and everyone else. Basically, Antonio Conte said this. So Napoli coach Antonio Conte and Romelu Lukaku, he is an excellent player. There is nothing else to say. I admire him when he plays. And he is the kind of player I hope is on our side rather than against us. So that's the position that Antonio Conte has in respect to Romelu Lukaku. Now, does that mean that Antonio Conte and Napoli are going to push to sign Romelu Lukaku? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, Antonio Conte is a big fan of Big Rom, and we know this. We know the position of Conte and Rom, the relationship they have, the way Romelu Lukaku performs under Antonio Conte. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. Is it going to happen? I'm not so sure because I think Napoli are a little bit tight on cash at the moment, and it doesn't look like they're able to offload Osimhen because of the fee that they have for him. And again, for his contract, Osimhen is a top player and will only move to a top team that will pay him the money and that can pay Napoli, that big price tag, which has been reduced, by the way, but it's still quite considerable. So could Romelu Lukaku be going to Napoli? Potentially. I think it's more likely that Romelu Lukaku will be on the way to Saudi Arabia. That is my position. That is my thoughts. And again, it could go either way. He could go to Napoli. He could go to another team. But I think Romelu Lukaku will be sold. I don't think he will be loaned out. Could he stay at Chelsea Football Club and play as our number 9? I don't think it will happen. Crazier things have happened in football, but I don't think Romelu Lukaku has that in him. I don't think he wants to stay, and I don't think we want him to stay neither. So we'll have to wait and see how the whole Romelu Lukaku situation pans out. Now, Jonathan Davis. The situation with Jonathan Davis is a weird one because potentially this deal could happen. And he could be the main striker for us next season if it does happen. I know there has been a lot of conflicting opinions on Jonathan Davis, and some people hold him in very high regards. Some don't think he's, of the quality. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but there's also a rumor of another striker, Newcastle's Isak. He might be someone that Chelsea is looking at. I would prefer Isak, Premier League experience, but I think when it comes to the financial situation, Chelsea will more likely be looking at Jonathan Davis. I personally don't rate him too highly, but I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's a bad striker. I think, the fact that he's coming from League 1 and most of his, performances, most of his goals, most of his achievements has been there. People will think that maybe he's not quite capable to do it in the Premier League. We'll have to wait and see if it does happen. I mean, I can't say that it will. I can't say that he will become a good striker in the Premier League should he come to Chelsea, because we've seen, good strikers in the Bundesliga, in Italy. They come to England and they don't quite actually, hit that level. Is Jonathan Davis, set for failure, or by coming to Chelsea Football Club? I don't know. I think he has a bit about him. I think he is able to possibly still develop, still improve. I think he's only 24 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So he does have a little bit more about him in regards to experience to the players that we have in the team. But again, he's still young enough to continue developing and continue to improve. So in my opinion, if we do end up getting Jonathan Davis, that will be a good result. Mark Gui coming to Chelsea, good result. Am I happy with the transfer window? No. Am I happier? Yes. I think there's still quite a bit more deals to be done, quite a bit more transfers to be done, both coming in and going out. And I think we are in for a interesting couple of weeks in regards to the transfer window. And I wanted to share this with you guys. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you have, smash the like button. And also comment down below your thoughts on Lukaku, Isak, Davids, and Mark Gui. So in the comments down below, let me know what you think. Bye, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and peace.